Hello and welcome back to our Florida vlog. This is part 2 of our holiday to Disney World. If you missed the first video, go check that out now. Link is in the bio. But let's see what we get up to in week 2. I'm gonna show you something that our new neighbours have done and it's so cute. So if you can't read it because the light behind me is really annoying, then it basically says, please take your favourite one, sticker, scrunchie, Barrett, a little bit of pixie dust from us to you. And it's just so cute. They had their whole door covered in them. And honestly, what a change from our previous neighbours who used to wake us up every morning at 6:30 with their kid running up and down outside our door. We took a little scrunchie. It's so sweet. Anyway, enough chit chat. It's time to go to a park. So this morning it is Animal Kingdom. Hi! We're in Animal Kingdom. Look how quiet it is at this time. We're here for the 7:30 early entry.
Someone didn't like it. Someone's not a morning person.
Who's that then, Dana?
You.
Look how quiet it is. There is literally no one over here. So the other day, we were over at Pandora doing the Avatar stuff. But today we've gone over this side because we don't think anyone's going to be over there. And we were right, there's literally no one over here. Have you ever seen a park so dead at this time? We saw like hundreds of people going over to the left towards Avatar. There's like no one over this side. There's no one over here in Dinosaur. We're the only ones like in the room for the start of the ride.
If I can bring you back from the Cretaceous period, it stands to reason that I can bring back...
We are going to have a car to ourselves because no one is over here. And I was right, we did have a whole car to ourselves because guys, did you know there was nobody over that side of the park? We are waiting for the drone show to start at Disney Springs. Here's Dana. She did my hair as well, it's like really pretty. But yeah, so I'll show you some videos in a second. I honestly think this could actually be my favourite nighttime Disney thing, like including the fireworks, Fantasmic, like any nighttime shows like this just topped it all off. And it really surprised me that they're actually getting rid of it. Like it's only a temporary thing until September, which is crazy. But honestly, it was just amazing. It was so clever and I absolutely loved it. So we went to Magic Kingdom the next day onto Speedway Mania and this was my face when Dana said she wanted to drive. Whoa! I kind of wish I'd worn my travel sickness band to this point. Safe to say the whiplash did kick in on this ride. It might even have been jerkier than Space Mountain, that's saying something. But speaking of Space Mountain, look at this that we saw on People Mover. Space Mountain was down all morning and Dana said that if you go on People Mover while Space Mountain is down, sometimes the lights will be on inside because obviously Space Mountain is a ride completely in the dark. And she was right, the lights were on. It was so cool to see the whole track. So after this, we headed over to Tron because we got a virtual queue pass today. And oh my God, Tron is absolutely incredible. Like it is my new favorite ride. It is so quick. These videos do not do it justice how fast it is. It took my breath away, honestly. We then stayed for the Magic Kingdom fireworks and crammed in like sardines, does not even cover it. It was very busy and there were people trying to push in. It was carnage, like honestly. Whole families trying to push in front of people and there were arguments breaking out. It was so stressful. But once the initial 5 minutes of shouting had stopped, we enjoyed the show. It was really good. I've watched this in the past from the bridge, so I had a side view before, so it was really cool to see it from the front this time. After the fireworks, we went on a couple of rides because the park was open till midnight. We went on Ariel and we went on Carousel of Progress, which in hindsight was a bad idea because we were both tired. So if you know, you know. Hello. Hi. We're leaving Magic Kingdom, but we're going to be back. So yeah, it's been a good evening. We saw some good fireworks. So yeah.
I got all the pictures.
Then after that, things took a turn. I had got a mosquito bite the previous day, and come the next day, this is what it looked like. It felt like it was on fire. It was so itchy. It was so painful. It made walking really difficult. And we were in Epcot, and obviously that's like a walking park. I mean, they all are anyway, but that one especially. So we went to first aid at Epcot and basically showed them my leg. And they told us that if it gets any bigger, then we need to go to urgent care. And that's what happened. They were really good. They saw me so quickly and they gave me, I had to take steroids, and it did go down after a few days. The steroids were disgusting, as Dana would know, because I made sound effects every time I had to take one. But anyway, I recovered in time to go to Typhoon Lagoon, and I didn't get any videos there except this squirrel stealing someone's chips. Your choice. Back over in Epcot, and did you know that in the land Japan, they have a shop where you can pick out an oyster, they'll cut it open in front of you and pull out the pearl, and that is yours to keep, and you can turn it into jewellery. Here is Dana getting hers. That is what we did on the last day though. We just went on a spending spree because we had loads of money left over on the gift card, and we thought, let's just blow it. We wouldn't normally buy these things. We have the money anyway, let's spend it. But the time has now come. It is time for us to go to the airport. It's time to go. We're waiting for rail services to come and take our luggage because we've got too much. Hi guys, so we are in MCO Airport and we have been in the queue for nearly 2 hours. Basically, we were queuing for check-in and bag drop, and we haven't moved for 2 hours. There are people whose flights were earlier than ours, and they've been delayed. Like, they should have taken off by now, and they're still not going to take off for another 2 hours. So we're definitely going to be really badly delayed. Just not sure how much. We were due to take off at 7:55. It's now saying 8:55, but we literally haven't moved, and the queue for check-in is so long, and there's no way all of those people are going to get like checked in time. So I reckon it's probably not going to take off until at least 10, which would be over 2 hours late. But yeah, we'll see, but it is hard going, so yeah. Because literally everyone like around us have just collapsed on the floor, and we're just sitting on the floor at this point because we haven't moved and we're all so tired.
No, that's not going on.
One eternity later.
Okay, so we made it back. Okay, so we got in the queue for check-in just before 4 p.m. that day. Our flight was meant to take off at 7:55 p.m. So, you know, getting in the queue at 4 p.m, that's like 4 hours early. We didn't actually get checked in and bag dropped until 8:20. 4 hours in one queue. And the thing is as well, we were premium economy. So our queue was a lot shorter anyway because there's like less people in premium economy. Like there were hundreds of people in economy. So, and it took us 4 hours. So, you know, you can imagine how bad it was for them. I think the worst that people had it was 6 hours. There was a couple in the queue who had actually got to the airport early. They had a lounge booked, and so they thought, you know, might as well get here early, make the most of the lounge. They were at the airport for 6 hours in that queue. People didn't really have like food or drink with them. Like, you know, Dana didn't bring a drink with her because she thought, I'll be through security soon, you know, I'll get a drink then. A 7:55 flight, you would think you'd be having dinner on the flight, so people didn't really bring food with them. So people were having to go to like McDonald's and stuff, and they were just like sitting on the floor eating. It got to a point where basically the entire queue was just sat on the floor. People were leaving the queue. Like at points there were whole families leaving the queue, leaving their luggage and stuff there. They were just leaving the queue to go to like the toilet, go get food or whatever. And you know, it was like this massive trust building exercise. You know, people were just like leaving their stuff. They didn't even care. They were like, we need food, we need the toilet, we're going. So not only did check-in and bag drop take over 4 hours, we then obviously had to wait because there were loads of other people still to check in. So we had to wait for pretty much everyone to check in. Then we had to get on the plane And we were then sat on the tarmac for an hour as well. All in all, it probably took, we got to the airport at 3:30. We did not take off until almost midnight. It was horrendous. I will say though, that the cabin crew were fantastic. Like they, as soon as the seatbelt signs were off, they were like bashing out the food immediately. Like they weren't hanging around. They wanted to go to bed as well. So it was probably like half an hour into the flight and already we were getting served. But we did make it home. It wasn't as bad as the Manchester flight. So there were 4 flights. There was London, Manchester, London, Manchester. We were the 3rd flight, which was like the last London flight, and after that there was one more flight which was to Manchester, and they got diverted back to MCO. They didn't even fly home that day. Like I guess we can't complain because at least we weren't them, but it was just carnage. Bottom line, all of their systems were down, so they had to handwrite every single person's boarding pass. They had to do all of the weight checks and bag and check-in and stuff manually, like the old-fashioned way with like a pen and paper rather than on like a computer. So yeah, that's what took so long, but we got home and it was fine. You know, we made it work. We made friends with people either side of us in the queue. Everyone was just chatting to everyone, to be honest. The whole queue, you might have seen from the previous video, it's all on like a hard floor, like a laminate floor, and then when you get near the desk it changes to a carpet. And when people were getting onto the carpet, they were cheering. It was a good atmosphere despite the circumstances. But thanks so much for watching. I hope you liked it, and maybe subscribe if you liked it. But yeah, thank you so much. Bye.